Hi everyone, welcome back to our close meetings. How are you doing? Hope you're fine. You have to be fine. I'm well. So today, I'm not going to keep so long with this one, but it may take a while. You see that everybody, all of us, we have flaws. There are special parts of us which are very obnoxious. They are very excessive and dramatic. And most people hide those. And the persons who are usually very privy to those are your close family, people who are close to you, very close people who are like every day in your space. Such people are privy to some of those characteristics. And when you get married, they get amplified 10 times over your temperament. And some of them stem from your temperament, some of them are as a result of your background, and some of them are as a result of all the things you've accumulated, behaviors that have become habits you've accumulated over your years of growth and all that. And these things, to me, they are things that you would want people to cover for you. You wouldn't want people to know them. Now there's a passage in the Bible that says, I think it's in 1 Peter thereabout, that says that true love covers a multitude of sins. There are sins and there are multitudes of them. And some of our character flaws, I don't know, but I would want to consider them as sins. And these, and like I've said, we want them covered. We don't want them exposed, because when they're exposed, some of them are very embarrassing. Somebody who snores, somebody who picks and eats their nose. Those are very embarrassing things. People who don't bath, who are not very hygiene conscious. People who speak anyhow, they talk anyhow. Their words aren't measured. There's some mannerism. I have a friend who is quite educated, but the way your ODD table manners is bad. And there are a lot of them. Some of us is the way we dress. Me, I'm not very fashion conscious. Yes, and so a lot of them. The way we present ourselves, some of them is just some petty characteristics. Some people are very bad with money, and if you give them money, they can't keep theirs and they will not keep yours. So a person like this, if you put them in a place a position where they're supposed to take care of money or monetary things, they may embarrass themselves. So these particular small pegs, I won't say pegs, nitty characteristics, they are quite embarrassing. Now this is where the direction of if you're in a relationship with someone which has a long-term focus, it is incumbent on you to cover these things. I call them nakedness. You have to cover them. You have to help them cover them, because we can't even help ourselves. People can't just help. It has become a part of their subconscious. It has become a part of their everyday life that they cannot even help themselves. If you have someone who is very let me just give an example of, so that you understand where I'm coming from, what I'm saying. This man it's a very common exposition in Ghana, but it's kind of buttresses and supports, it kind of buttresses my argument, what I'm talking about today. So this man has a wife who is not so good in cooking, and this man likes to bring people to the house. So one day he brought friends to the house, and the wife cooked and added a lot of salt into the food they were eating, and so it was quite an embarrassing situation. Now look at what the man did. The man, when they started eating and everybody on the table started noticing the uncomfortable, unpleasant situation of the food being oversalted, the man continued eating. The woman's husband continued eating, actually ate everything, and then told them that I am sorry if you don't like the taste of the food, but actually in my house, that's how we like our food. We like our food a bit more saltier than normal. And he ate all the food. Later on, when the friends left, he called his wife and said, no, that was not good. That was simply not good. But he didn't do it in the presence of his friends. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody has their excesses. Everybody has that part of them that is just too much. I know of a woman, she's very loud. And when she's out with the husband actually holds her hands. And then, just in case she's about to go overboard, he presses the fingers. That is a sign, like a sign to calm yourself down. And there's another one too. The woman has social anxiety. It's serious. So the husband is always around. Like when he is not around, you just keep on texting. It's okay. When they're around, he stands in her defense or becomes a biggest support, a biggest fan. Maybe at the back there, maybe in the front there, somewhere. Just make sure that she sees him in there somewhere, so that anxiety is assuaged to a certain limit. That is what is love. That is what love does. Love covers a multitude of sins. Love covers the nakedness of your spouse. Love does. You know that your wife is not good with money. That is when you give money to her, especially in the presence of your friends, and she messes herself up, and you laugh. I know people who actually do that. They laugh. They just create scenarios where their spouses are exposed, and they laugh, and they think it's a joke. That is nerve-wracking. That is demeaning, and it is not a sign of maturity or love. There's another one too that I know. The man is not educated, but the wife will bring her friends home who are quite educated, and the way they will even behave around the man, it will make the man so uncomfortable. Like seriously. Others also would try as much as possible to micromanage you, as if you don't have any sense of you. You're not capable of any independent thoughts. A few independent thoughts. They will begin to tell you what to do, how to go about it, what to say, how to eat, like trying to make them feel inadequate and not enough. In the space that they are not able to become the best of themselves because their habits are getting in the way, cover them up. But don't do it in such a way that they will feel stupid because they are not all that. You are up there and they are down here and you're supposed to know. So do it in a loving, mature, supportive way so that they feel comfortable and secure in your love, knowing that you have got their back. Cover the nakedness of your spouse. Don't expose them, and don't be part of those who insult their weaknesses, enlarging it and amplifying it and making a fool of them. Some people, they know that their spouse can't do this. No, because I've already told you how people perceive your spouse is essentially how they perceive you. Find sensible ways of covering your spouse. That is what you're supposed to do for people you love. Cover their nakedness. Those weak things. If your wife is clumsy, if your husband is clumsy, and you have friends coming over, quickly put the place, balance the equation. Or find a way to just carry them off from getting to the place where your husband or your wife's nakedness will be exposed. That is what love does. So this friend of mine, we're going to see them, and the wife apparently, later on they told us why they canceled. The wife was not in the mood. We're going to see them. But something we agreed to do, like going out to see them. And the wife was not in the mood. Was just not in the mood. So the husband had to cancel. Quickly found a nice way to cancel it. So that it wouldn't be like you would force her to fix the dinner date, and you'd go there and you'd see that she's not in the mood, and that should have been exposed. So just call it off. Allah covers the nakedness of you. Don't expose them. It's not maturity. It's not maturity at all. I know a lot of people who, like, they'll just throw their spouses to the wolves. They'll pack of them and they'll devour them left, right, center, forward. And then they'll, like, how do you even expect a person to put their confidence and trust in you after they know that you cannot just keep my son, you can't keep me hidden? Yes. So that's just what I want to tell you now. So just evaluate your relationship right now and see how you have either exposed or covered your spouse. And if the exposing tips the scale, balance it. Find a way to deal with covering your spouse's nakedness. And let them find security in your being. Let them find security and a lot of peace and comfort in your presence around them, because you find ways of covering their weakness. People's weaknesses will always bring up in one way or the other in our dealings with other people. One way or the other, our weaknesses are exposed, and it takes a sensible, loving spouse to cover the weakness of their spouse, or a sensible, loving, thoughtful partner to cover the weakness of their. It's not foolishness. It's not weakness. It just shows strength of character. It just shows strength of unity of purpose. Okay, and don't let everybody know no. Sometimes just habits that we have let fester on and they have become our albatross, they have become our bane. And it just behooves the loving spouse to cover their spouses. Because I've told you, if you don't cover your spouse, don't think it's your spouse who is being shamed. The one case you are being shamed. Yes. So thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. Oh my goodness. If you have not subscribed, please do subscribe.